Hey guys, here's my today's daily vlog, and I'm trying my earphones with the microphone. I think they might cut down on the noises out here. So what I want to talk about is I've been thinking more and more about my podcast and about starting my podcast again. And today, actually, I published one of the last episodes I had done. I published it to Uptrend and actually also to Steam and Hive, just to see what kind of feedback I'm getting, if people are interested or not. But as I was doing it, I was retrieving my little player. It's, I can embed it in the post, and it has like my sustainable living podcast logo on it, and then people can press on it and listen to the podcast. I hope at least that will work. So as I was going into my podcast hosting service, which is Libsyn, I really love it. So if you guys are thinking of starting a podcast, that's a really, really, really good podcast host. And I was seeing that I'm still getting like 2,000 downloads a month, and I haven't published in over a year. That really makes me think that sustainable living is a topic people are interested in, and that our podcast is still reaching people. So let me tell you why I stopped. There were several reasons. One of them is this. That I developed this cough, and when I was talking, if I took more than a minute or so, this cough thing would be coming up, and just like now, which is not a good sign because I thought I had it more under control. So anyways, having all this coughing coming up was really a lot of extra work to cut it out in the post-production. And also it made me feel, when I was talking to somebody in an interview, said it was just jarring for them, or I had to kind of go like like this, try to get off mic to do the coughing. And I don't know, it just was annoying, or my throat was actually hurting when I was talking for too long. And I did get it checked out. I want to make sure that there was not something growing on my voice cords or something else going on. And it just seems to be a matter of post-nasal trip. And I need to be just a lot better to do a saline rinse every day, or maybe even twice a day, to control that. And today I haven't done it. Yesterday I didn't do it. It's being in this time, being at home where everybody complains that they have nothing to do. My days are so full that I have let go. It's like it's evening and I haven't done my nose rinse, I haven't done my yoga, and it's like, oh my God, what's going on? And I haven't cut my hair. I need to cut it again too. Which that wouldn't be a problem with podcasting, because usually you don't see the podcast. And that's one of the advantages. But the other big reasons that I stopped podcasting is that we happen to have a president in this United States of America, and there are presidents in other countries in the world which are acting very similar. And what they're doing, they're basically giving the environment away. Restricting Clear Air Act, allowing fracking and oil drilling in protect what was formerly protected areas, rolling back worker rights laws, rolling back laws about not being able to just throw your poisonous crap from industry out into the environment. And I kind of felt like a fool to say, hey, we can do something about it. Why don't you be conscientious at home and do this little tiny thing to make the world a better place? And then here's those people basically you know, giving away the house. It's like you have one tiny little brick and they have this huge palace, and it's a palace of pollution. And it just felt so frustrating to me. I think I was a little bit in an environmental depression, which is definitely a thing these days. Um, you know, I have little people in my life. I want to have a life form where they can breathe fresh air, and there's still birds and bees and butterflies around, which, you know, like here's monarch butterfly in the coastal California area. There are different monarchs, and the one we have is basically already below the numbers, which is predicted to, that they can't come back. That it's basically they're extinct, even so they still count it like, I believe 30,000, and that number is so low that it basically means the species is already gone. And people are making a lot of efforts in all of that, but that's not what I want to talk about today. I want to talk about this time where we don't have a lot of traffic and where things have slowed down, has shown us that nature can actually recover. You know, there are areas where people suddenly can see the sky again, and before it was just smog, where kids are not having that many asthma attacks because the air is clean. And maybe we can do something to actually create a livelihood for people and still maintain the, you know, cleaner environment, maintain the slower lifestyle. You know, it's like a lot of kids are saying what they really like about this time is that they're not rushed all the time, that they don't have to rush off to school, rush off to here, rush off to there. And I think a lot of adults feel the same way. And maybe this is enough of an impact of something to say, hey, what we have been doing has not been okay. You know, we have been just rushing our life away. And I always felt that, you know, we as people have made this agreement that we have to work like crazy just to own a house because we were willing to pay those prices for a house. Here in California, the medium home price is like 500,000, something like that. And I live in an area which, when I first moved to San Diego, it was considered like below whatever. You don't even want to go there. And it was kind of working class, blue collar, you know, type of very mixed neighborhood. It was rural, properties were fairly big still, and houses were affordable. They were in They were in the hundred thousands, which for many areas is crazy too. But you know, if you live anywhere close to the coast, it's just people want to live there. We don't have snowy winters and stuff like that, and so that's why things are expensive. But now they build new houses behind us, and when they first sold them, they were like $400,000, and I thought that is crazy. And the latest house which sold there was like $650,000. That's an insane amount of money, and obviously it means that people have to work, and you know, you can never be home and hang out in your house because you have to work all the time. And that also means that if you have kids, they have to be raised by somebody else because you made this agreement that it's okay to pay that much for housing. And now, you know, there are always these consequences to it. And if all of us would say, no, this is outrageous, we are not doing it, then things wouldn't be so expensive. And let's face it, we are not paying for, actually truly paying for the laborers building the homes and all of that. Most of the money which is being made is in the hands of very, very few people in the world. And those people, for the most part, don't even pay taxes and help to build roads and schools and who knows, whatever. So anyways, here I am. It's almost 10 minutes and I'm still plowing away. So what do you think? Should we podcast again? Would it be a good time to get started? Yeah, maybe I see what I can do with the sound of this one, and maybe this is the first episode of 2020. Maybe so. Tell me, what do you think? Is it a good idea? Is it time? Should we get started? Bye for now.